This conference.
So yeah, we are now going to start with installation. To have the JMeter IDE work, you have to have Java in your desktop or laptop. So first we have to go with Java. I'm using Mac, so I'll be using this terminal. So for Windows, you have to launch command prompt from your search, and then you can check whether you have Java already installed in your system. If you don't have Java, then we can proceed with installing Java. So how to know whether we have installed Java or not? You just have to run this command, which is Java space hyphen hyphen version. So this is a command to know whether we have Java in our system. So since I have Java, it's showing Java 18, and what is the version it's installed. If you don't have Java, it will not be showing this. So in that case, you have to go and download Java. Just enter Java Oracle. So Oracle is a proprietary of Java. So you have to mention Oracle Java download. It will take you to some Oracle page. Sorry. So here, if you're using Mac, you can go and get the Mac, or if you're using Windows, you can go and get it here. Um, you have to download any. You can use any of this link. Since I already have, I don't want to do it again. So after downloading, you just have to install it. So after installing your Java, you have to set the Java path in your environment variable. Mm, so with Windows, I what you have to do is you have to go search here as environment variable. That's actually not applicable for Mac, which I'm using. So here we have to give environment variables. You will get a set of environment variable screen. In that, you will see an option called path. So inside the path, you have to copy and paste the Java path. So for example, uh, if you, I mean, after downloading, if you have your Java somewhere here, for example, let this be the Java location. If the Java is inside this, you have to go till JDK. Inside Java, you'll be finding some folder, and inside it you will see JDK. So where exactly you will see Java after installing is you have to go, for example, in Windows, it will be inside C, inside program files, and inside the program files you will see Java. You have to go till JDK, and then you copy the path. The path will be available on the folder, right? You can copy it and you can paste it over environment variables path. So if you face any issues, you can share your screenshot. I can help you. Um, so after installing Java and setting up the path, the next step would be installing JMeter. So JMeter, the proprietary of JMeter is Apache. So we'll see. So to install JMeter, you have to give Apache JMeter, and this is a website. Here you have to go to download releases, and here this binaries is the one which you have to download. If you are using Windows, it should be .zip. You have to download this. If you are using any other operating system other than Windows, then you have to go with this TGZ. So you have to download this. So after downloading, you have to verify the integrity. How you can do that? So since I'm not using Windows, my OS is different. So I have downloaded this. So I'm clicking on this SHA 512. If you are using Windows, then if you have downloaded .zip, then you have to click on this. So after opening this, you will see some hash number. Okay. So how to verify that? I'm just going to my command prompt. This is actually terminal, like a command prompt in Windows. Here, I'm just giving SHA-SUM. This is a command we have to give to verify the integrity. And after that, I have to give the path of my JMeter, where my JMeter is there after downloading. We haven't installed the JMeter yet, we just downloaded it. So inside downloads, it is like, so this is my file after I downloaded dot tc set. So I'm just going to give SHA-SUM. -a I12. Have to give the complete path along with the file name. So when I give this command, this is for Mac. When I give this command, I get some value. So this is a value. This should match with the value you see on the website. So in case of Windows, I'll be pinging the command over go to. So the command will be different. You have to give get hyphen file hash, and here you have to give your file path along with the zip. For example, it is c colon downloads Apache Demeter.zip. So I'm just giving an example. Here you have to replace exactly which location it got downloaded, and after that, so this is command you have to give in your command prompt. When you give this command, you will be seeing a value, and that value should match with this value. If you are using Windows, and this will be your SHA key, and this value should match with your .zip value. So after verifying the integrity, you can you can extract it and you can launch it. So after extracting, if you are using Windows, you have to go to um, you have to go to the location where you install your JMeter. So the folder name will be JMeter, Apache JMeter or something, and inside it you will find bin, and inside bin you will be seeing jmeter.bat. This is an executable file for Windows. So you have to click on the jmeter.bat and then you will see the jmeter like this. Could you see my jmeter? You can reply me over the chat. If you see, you can tell yes or no. Team, could you see my JMeter screen? So this is a JMeter. Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you, Deepti. So this is how the JMeter looks. So this is called IDE, a tool which is used, the tool which we use to write our script or code, that is called IDE. So this is JMeter IDE, and you can go to this. This is a command. This is a tool you have to click on to go to open some files. So if it would be actually inside bin. So inside bin you have to double click on examples and you will see .jmx. You can just click on the. So this is the script which is already available in the Apache JMeter folder which you would have downloaded it. So this is already available inside. I'm just showing it. So this is the file menu. This is a file menu where you can go and create a new test plan, save your test plan, and then edit, search, and here help. Inside help, you can go and click about JMeter. You will see which version of JMeter you are using. I'm using version 5.5. And here in options, you have an option called look and feel. You can change the look. Initially, it will come with a Dracula. It will be in black color. The screen, the whole JMeter screen will be in black color. And I have changed it to IntelliJ. So whenever you change your look and feel, it will close your existing JMeter screen and then it will relaunch it. So it will close and it will restart it so that the change should take an effect. So then these are the toolbar, which is actually we'll be using every time whenever we run some script. This is to run your script, and this is to clear the search if you have given some control F, and if you want to clear the result of control F, then you have to use this. And this is to clean up the result. After running some script, you will be seeing some result. If you want to clear everything up, you have to use this. And mainly in JMeter IDU, you will see two different pane. One is on left and the other is on right. The left pane is like a tree view, so it will be like one under the other. So under dummy, you will have one parameter. So it will be like tree structure. And whatever you do here, for example, if you are adding or if you are deleting, disabling, all this will be changed and modified in a XML language. So JMeter is based on XML language. So whenever you do or modify something, it will be affected here in the JMX. In this JMX, everything get appended or added or deleted. You need not go and write anything here. You just have to click and add some elements so the XML language code will be changed. And so here in the left top right corner, what you see is this is the number of thread. If thread is nothing but number of users, so JMeter has to uh, hit a load on some website. Load in the sense many number of user. You have to make many number of user to log into that particular website. If the users are you have given 10 as a number of user to log in, then the one here, whatever you see as one will be 10, and this number will show how many users have just executed. When after I click on run, this number will change. And this is a log viewer. If you want to see the logs, you just have to click on it and you will see the logs here and you can toggle off. And this is called elapsed time. So it will show how long your test script took to complete one particular test. So elapsed time is nothing but a time from sending the request to the time till when we receive the request. So the time from start to end is calculated and it's showed here. So if somebody is asking how long this script took to run all the APIs inside it, you just have to capture this, you just have to see this value and tell this number. This is actually showing in now in second. So ha minute second. Sorry. So whenever I'll just close the CSV sample. I'll open one more JMeter. I'll go and open it. So in JMeter, this test plan is a root element. This cannot be deleted. You cannot delete this particular test plan. You can disable it, but you cannot delete. So under this test plan only, all your script comes. Whatever you create will come under this test plan, and you can You can create several script, but at a time you can open only one particular script in JMeter. The script might contain many number of API calls or many number of functions of the UI, but at a time you can view only one script. And
Hi
to
Anu, sorry,
Mhm.
Anu, your voice is very low. I mean, is it with only me or everyone is facing this?
No, I am
Okay,
hearing
I'll
better.
try to.
I am hearing better.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm good. I can hear it properly.
The
okay,
same
I'll
for
try
me.
to
Like,
speak up.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
clear.
mean, you can try to increase the volume. I'll also try to speak up. So this is a test plan, which is a root element of your JMeter, and all your test scripts comes under this test plan. And to create a test script in JMeter, you should be knowing the building blocks of JMeter, that is the elements of the JMeter. To know the elements, you just have to right click on this test plan, and then you have an option called add, and under add these are the categories of elements. So under thread you will see number of other elements, and under config you will see a list of elements. So these are the categories, and under each category you will see different sub elements. Based on that we can create our own test script. So thread is nothing but you can define your workload here. Workload in the sense of how many number of users and how long the test will be running. You can run the test for 1 hour, you can run the test for 5 minutes, or you can run it in terms of iteration. Iteration in the sense I don't want to mention the duration, but I just want to tell that 10 users should be running for 5 times. So first 10 user will be boarded into their website or application, and then it will be running in loop for 5 times. It might take 1 hour, it might take 10 minutes. It uh, depends on your application, how well it is responding. If your application is responding quick, then in 5 minutes all the 10 users will be boarded, and the loop will complete in 5 minutes. The 5 iteration will get completed in 5 minutes. And you can also set your ramp up and ramp down. Ramp up and ramp down I'll explain in further classes. Today I'm just going to give the overview of all the elements we have in JMeter. So this is config elements. You can define your configuration here. The configuration like authentication token, or clearing the cache, clearing the cookies, and HTTP request. All those things you can define here. And this is a listener. Listener is used to visualize your result, and you can use it for debugging purpose as well. And the next one is timer. Timer is used to insert a delay between different requests. If you have two requests and you want to have a pass between two requests, you should insert a delay. So you might be wondering why we need to take a pass between two requests. That is something called pacing or thinking time. I'll explain that in the further sessions. And this is preprocessor. Preprocessor will help you to set the information required before we send the request. So if you want to set some information before you send some request, then you have to set it in the preprocessor. It's not mandatory, but it's optional. Different API works in different way. So if you want to set something, if you want to see the response and process the response and manipulate the response, you have to use post processor. And assertions will help you to define the checkpoints, will help you to define the response code or tag based on the response you have received. And test fragment will come into picture when you use module controller. We will see what is module controller later. And non-test elements, this will help you to record your script. Record in the sense you need not write the script directly here, you need not add all the elements, but instead you can start a recording in JMeter, and then you can toggle to your application and you do all the functions in your application like login and mm, if an application is Gmail, for example, you can click on login, create a mail, send a mail, and then switch off the recorder. So all the API requests, whatever you did, will be created under the test plan. So we have that option of recording instead of manually creating the script each time. So then I'm just going to add a thread group. So here you can give number of users you want. I'm just giving 10, and then here you can give the ramp up period. Ramp up period is something like I don't want to hit all 10 user in a second because this is not a real time scenario. Not every user will log in at particular millisecond. There will be a millisecond gap between each user. For example, if you're using Amazon and you're from different parts of the world, not many user will try to log in, use a login function in particular same millisecond. So there will be a difference in millisecond. I might be logging in at 855.55.55 and somebody will be after a millisecond. So I don't want to hit the application at the same time. So I just am giving the ramp up period. If I'm giving ramp up period as 1 second, so which is 1000 millisecond, in that 1000 millisecond each user will be boarded into your application with a delay in between. So all the 10 user will not hit directly. So here you can define as 10 second or you can define as 20 second. It depends on how your application is getting used. If your production, if your application, there if you see every I mean there is for example, if there is a login option and when you see for whole day for 8 hours of business duration, if you see only 10 people logged in that whole 8 hours, then you can give a little more ramp up seconds. And this is a loop count. It will tell how long my script should run, the same API how long it should be triggered again and again. Here I have an option of giving infinite, which will not stop. I have to manually go and stop the script from running. Otherwise, I can give a loop count. So I want 10 user to do, 10 user to loop for 2 times. And otherwise, I can give duration. I don't want to give any loop. I want to see what if the 10 user is continuously working for next 1 hour, how the CPU is changing, how the memory utilization is changing. If I want to monitor that, I can give duration here. I have to click the last and last check button so that this gets enabled. You can give the duration. I want to run for, so this everything is in seconds. In bracket, you can see seconds. So I want to, if I have to give for 1 minute, I have to give 60 seconds. If I have to give for 5 minutes, it will be 5 into 60 seconds, which is 300 seconds. So as of now, I'll just give one loop count 2 and number of threads 5. So this you can save here. So now, whatever you're creating, whatever script you're creating, it is saved in the form of .jmx. So you can choose somewhere and you can save your JMX there. I don't want to test save now. So in thread group, so thread group is just to define the workload. Inside the thread group, I'll be creating my request, my HTTP request or JDBC in the sense database request, or all those requests will be coming under the thread group. So under thread group, you have to do right click and inside add, you will see a different set of elements here. Sampler is a what type of request you are going to use in your script. If it is a web request, then it is HTTP request. If it is a database, it is a JDBC request. If you are testing a mail transfer protocol, then it is SMTP. If you want to check the TCP, how TCP is working in your application, because you are creating the TCP protocol, then if you want to test your TCP, then it is TCP sampler. So it depends on what you are creating in your application and what you are going to test. and this is a controller. Here you can give all your details, like if you want to run some particular in loop. You have seen that we have a loop here, but you can ask, why do we have loop inside the thread group? For example, if you have 10 requests inside one script, 10 different requests, one is for login, one is for sending mail, one is for deleting mail, but I want to loop only send mail. For example, if I monitor yesterday's business transaction, if I go and check in my protection for yesterday's 8 hours, the business transaction duration, in that 8 hours, I see 10 users were using my application continuously since morning to evening, but they have did only 20 times of login. I mean, they would have logged in only for 20 times. They would have logged out and re-logged in. But sending mail would have been done for nearly 100 times. That 10 user, each might be sending 10 mails in a day. So the number of logins is only just 20, but sending mail, that particular request is done for 100 times. So in that case, if you want to, if you inserting a loop here, it will loop all the requests inside that script. So whatever you're creating under thread group, all requests will be looped for 20 times or 10 times. But if I want to loop only one particular request, only the send mail, I want to loop for 10 times more, I can go for loop controller only for that particular request. And again, we have preprocessor, post processor, assertions, timer, and test fragments and config elements, and also listener. Listener is to just view your test. I'm just going to open the existing example which I have in my JMeter. So under JMeter, I have a bin folder. Inside it, we have examples. So everybody will be seeing this example. This comes with your JMeter download. So this is CSV sample and this is performance test plan memory. I'm just going with CSV. So this is a script they have created. So this is a view result. This is one kind of listener where you will see the output. View result tree in the form of tabular format, and this is a tree format. And they have one Java request. This is a Java request and one logout, and they're getting data from the CSV. This is a config element, CSV data config, and they have if controller. We can set an action. For example, after login, we have, for example, after login, some particular functions will be available only for admin. For example, the normal user will not be seeing that particular function. Only the admin can use that. You can mention after login, you can mention if controller. In the if controller, you can mention if admin, you let them to perform this action, otherwise don't let them to perform this action. So that kind of if else condition you can mention here. And we have a login. So this comes with JMeter. I have not created it. I'm just going to run this. So how do we run? Here the number of thread is 1. I'm going to make it 2, and the ramp up is 1 second, and I'm going to disable infinite, and I'm going to give loop 1. So I'm just saving my changes. This is the option to run your test. So after running, you have to go here to see your result. Okay. So when I run here, see here it's showing 2. So monitor this again. Okay, I'll change this to 10, and I'll change the loop count to 3. I'm just saving it here. So when I click on this green button, you just monitor this number, this particular number. So here we see 10 and 0. So out of 10, 0 has run, 2, 1. Okay. And then when we run, here the time will change. Actually, this would be better if we open our own script. This is a existing script with JMeter. I'll open my own script. You can see it more clearly. So this is a log. When I click on this exclamatory mark, this shows me log. So it's showing thread 1 of 6 is started. Thread group 1 of 7 is started. And then when it got finished, it's showing, and they have opened the CSV file and then they closed it. The CSV file is opened, stored, and then they are closing it and they are ending the script. We can go to view result tree. Yeah. So login user 1 as u1. So user 1. Okay. And this is a request. So user 1 with password P1. They are passing the password as P1. And the response is login OK. Is the response we receive after we send the request. So in the sampler request, you will see load time. It is in terms of millisecond. So it took nearly 0.2 second for this particular request to go and hit the server and get back the response. So load time for this particular request is 229. So it started around 8:17:12 IST. And the response code is 200, which whatever response we got here, no, if it is okay, it is 200. If you people are not aware of response code, I can explain. There are three different types of response code. I'll go in detail tomorrow. So 200 means it's okay. Okay, so response message is okay. So whatever response we got here, no, it's capturing and showing it here in high level, so that you need not go and check what is the response you got. You can go and check on sampler result. It will show when you started, how long it took, and what is the response. And there is no error. And a set of till logout and end of file, it this is one iteration. See, again it started login as user 1. Again it started for the next iteration. Until here, that particular iteration got over. Again it's starting user 1. So this goes on, depends on the iteration, number of iteration you give. And here we are not doing any action. They just added one request and login user as user 2. This is a user 2. Here we are giving password P2 because this is a different user and the password must be different. And these are some dummy action they have added. This is logout user 2 and logout user 1. And they are reading some CSV file. CSV.csv is nothing but Excel file. The Excel file extension is .csv. So this goes on. So you now have to know where you can see the load time of that particular request. If you want to capture the whole load time, you can see it here whenever you run that. But after the run is over, no, when it again comes to green. So once I click on this, the red color will get enabled and the green color will get disabled. So when it comes back to green, this number will be reset. So you just have to be careful, very careful, and monitor this number, and then this will be over. But these are some dummy actions, so you're not seeing any change here. But in real script, this will go on for a few minutes. You can monitor. That's all for today's class. The next topic, if I take, then it will go on for next 20 minutes. It will be after 8:30. So I'm just stopping it here today. Tomorrow we will join back again at 7:30 and the session will go till 8:30. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me now.
So when are you going to send the recording?
Recording, could you ask Anita? She's actually the one who takes care of all these things.
Okay.
If you want it daily basis, you can just ask her and ask her to mail you. In the group, you just can directly ask. They will be able to respond you.
Hey, no, Ritu here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you expand the CSV sampler just not on the JMeter scripts? Just want to
Yeah.
understand one thing. expand
Yeah.
this, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thread also into the if controller. Just click on the if controller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What exactly the meaning of this action and EOF
Okay.
like?
Here, yeah. Here, this controller is for CSV file. So here, this is for whole CSV file. This test is created for CSV.
Hmm.
CSV in the sense Excel file. Whenever you save some Excel in your local and you go and see, the extension will be .csv. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So this is for Excel file. They are mentioning that until it is not equal to end of file. So the CSV file, if the
Okay.
CSV file is having only 10 lines, you're going to
Mhm.
process this only till the 10th line. So after the
Okay.
10th line, it will be empty, right? You don't want to process
Yes.
those empty lines. So you're mentioning that until it's not equal to end of file, you process. When it reaches end of file, when this if condition is become false, it will
Okay.
stop.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Those
Like
these
in the
all things, yeah,
programming, we are
correct.
doing that's less than equal
Correct.
to
Yeah,
and
these
something.
all kind of these all comes under scripting. So these all I'll be covering tomorrow. We will
Okay.
take a fresh website and we will start creating a script and
Hmm.
we will see all these things.
All
So
right.
initially
Thanks.
I'll go with HTTP request.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay.
And then I'll go with JDBC, CSV, all those things one by one I'll take.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Thank you.
you can open since this is already available in your JMeter. Whenever you download a JMeter, you will get this file. You can
Hmm.
open this and you can just see how it is, what is there. But you need, I mean, you need not worry if you don't understand any of this because I haven't taught you anything under this section. So don't worry. I'm just and letting you know that there is an example file you can open and check. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Anup,
Mm-hmm.
can you go to SMTP sampler in the JMeter?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just like what I want to understand is this HTTP sampler. We know like
Mm-hmm.
we can record it. This
Mm-hmm.
SMTP sampler also, can we record this SMT sampler or?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can record all the sampler under this thread group. What you have to do is before recording, you should enable the proxy, and then so that whatever you do over your browser, it's getting recorded here. So if it is based on Unix, for example, your SMTP is from Unix. For example, I have a Unix script in,
Uh-huh.
you know what is Unix script, right?
Correct.
So I have a Unix script. There
Mm.
I have a mail command. So every day I'm just sending a mail whenever I run a test or I have a L check in my Unix. I put it in a job scheduler. I have a cron job. So every day sharp 8, it is running the test and capturing the result. After that,
Okay.
my mail command is getting triggered. So from there, I'm sending a mail. If I have to test it, then you have to directly give the command here. Whatever command you are giving over Unix, you can directly give it here, copy and paste it here. If you're doing over UI, for example, you are opening some tool and then you are doing something over there, then you can record it. Whatever you do based on the tool, no, whatever you do it over tool, you can record it, or over browser, you can record it. You just have to enable the proxy before recording.
So you mean like now the Outlook is there. The Outlook uses SMTP server, if I am not wrong. So that one
Mm-hmm.
I can record, is it? That's what you are
Yeah,
telling.
but you have to do it from the browser because the recordings will happen only through browser because yeah, only through browser. This JMeter can record or track on whatever action you do it over browser. So you have to open the Outlook over browser, not the tool which you have just installed. You have to open the browser, do your action, those will get recorded here.
That is through HTTP, right? Not SMTP, right? No?
That is through HD. I'll show you how. I mean, how does it differ?
Just
The
I want
recorder
to
in
see like
SMTP.
now I want to see just SMTP how it will record, how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if it is there in the syllabus, you can just explain this.
Yeah, yeah. We'll do it over coming classes.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But in industry, whatever they know here, TCP, SMTP, and LDAP, these are rarely used. You
Okay.
have to I can explain all those things, but the mainly used are Java request because everybody is going to test some web-based application. some
Correct.
UI portal where the user going to log in and do some action. So it will be based on your Java and HTTP. That's all we'll be doing in real
Correct.
world
Yeah, yeah.
scenario.
Even I have used simple HTTP, and then for the
Mm,
web services,
yeah.
SMTP and other things like I have not used. Just like I am
Those
curious
actually
to know
who
how.
use them, yeah, yeah. I can tell you who uses that. For example, Gmail is created by Google. The Google employees who is going to do performance testing over Gmail, they'll be doing it. They'll be doing this. So the number of testers who is going to use SMTP or FTP will be very rare. If in Unix you have an option called FTP to transfer a file from one server to another server. The people who are creating it, the developers who are creating it, they might be doing a performance testing using the FTP, or the testers of that particular team will be using it. So it's rarely used, but the one which is widely used are HTTP and Java and the database
Correct.
JDBC request. And one more thing is, in JMeter you can have a plugins. You can install plugins which will make your work a little more easy. But
Mhm.
if you are going to work for one particular company, there you will be logging in through your LVD, right? LVD or HVD, a virtual desktop will be given to you. You will be logging in, and there you have a JMeter installed, right? Or they will give you a laptop with JMeter installed. There they will not let you to use plugin, because plugins are not created by Apache, but they are created by some random developers. They create and put it over website so that everybody will get used to it. But for some security reason, they will not allow you to use plugins. So I'm not covering plugins. And one more thing is the recording. I will explain how to do recordings. But in real world scenario, when you work as a performance tester, the company will not let you to record, because there should be a proxy setting done before you start your recording. Only then the recording will happen over JMeter. But the companies, they will not let you to do any modification over proxy. You will need admin access. Even I cannot do recording in my company. I'm not allowed to do recording because I have to change my proxy. I'm not allowed to change my proxy. It's only done over admin. Whenever I go and click in your normal local desktop, your own computer, you can go and do the proxy setting. Whatever I teach, you can do it over there. But in your company, it will be restricted. So I can teach you recording, but don't try to create all your script through recording, because that's not going to help you in your company, in your work location. So any more question, any more doubts? So I take the silence as no one has any doubt. And yeah, good to see everybody.
Yeah, hi
Session.
Anpuni, Jitendra speaking. I have
Hi,
multiple doubts, but I will ask you later.
Okay. Actually, today I haven't covered anything at all. I'm just gave a overview how JMeter looks, because many people, they would have not seen JMeter at all in the earlier till now. So I'm just giving an overview. I mean, the the actual session will be starting from tomorrow only, technically speaking. So don't worry. I'm here to clear all your doubts. If you, I mean, if we think that we are going to take more time on clearing the doubts, and we can take it offline also. I'm here to help you out. So don't worry. We can hang on. We can start our session tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. I'm just requesting everybody to to join by 7:30. I don't want to waste the 10 minutes. We can cover some topic in the 10 minutes. I don't want anybody to miss out that first 10 minutes also. So please join by 7:30. And people who don't have Java and JMeter installed, please try it today. If you face any issues, you can post your screenshots over group. I'll try to help you over there. So I hope everybody will be having the JMeter and Java setup before tomorrow's session. So that's all, team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.